are independent events. Further, given that probability of A and B is 0,3 and the probability of B only is 0,2. So independent events, just remember something. If these mention independent events, I know that the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B is going to be equal to probability of A and B. That's for independent events. So first question, are A and B mutually exclusive? They are not, because of the probability of A and B is defined. If probability of A and B is defined, it means that there's an intersection. It means that if I have my Venn diagram like this, so this is A and B, right? This is A and this is B. There's an intersection, so they're not mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive Venn diagram events must be, there must be no intersection. So we're going to say for 12.1.1, no, probability of A and B is not equal to 0. So then I go to 12.1.2. Determine probability of A only. So before I get to A only, I know the probability of A and B and the probability of B only. So a Venn diagram will be of good understanding. So I'm going to have this, and then, so I have the probability of A, then B here. So the probability of only B is 0,2, only B. Probability of A and B is 0,3 for both of them. So the probability of A only, right? I'm going to say probability of A times the probability of B is going to give me the probability of A and B. I don't know the probability of A. I know the probability of B. The probability of B, it's not B only, it's going to be equal to 0,5 because it's the 0,3 plus the 0,2. This is B, this is A and B, and then this is B only, right? So that's why it's 0,5. And then the probability of A and B, I'm given that it's 0,3. Right, so when I divide 0,5, have the probability of 0,3 divided by 0,5. I'm getting 0,6. So therefore, probability of A is going to be equal to 0,6. So remember, we just want only A. So the probability of A only is going to be equal to 0,6 minus 0,3, which is equal to 0,3. Then here, I'm going to have 0,3. So that's the probability of A only. And then now, when we get to the second question, probability of not A or not B. This is the same thing as probability 12.1 point. Okay, this is A, and then this is B. So this is the same as the probability of not A or not B. So the formula is probability of not A plus probability of not B minus the probability of not A and B and not B, sorry. So the probability of not A, let's look at the probability of not A, whatever it's not A. So the Venn diagram is not complete. Remember all these values. If I add 0,3, this one, and this one, and this one, And whatever that's remaining here, I must get 1. So 0, 0.3, 0, 0.6, 0, 0.8. So what's missing here is 0, 0.2. Now my Venn diagram is complete. Everything else gives me 1. So probability of not A, it is whatever that's not A. Let's look at whatever that's not A. So it has to be B only, and this remaining 0, 0.2. So I'm going to have 0, 0.4. That's what's not A. Then let's look at what's not B. So whatever that's not B, whatever that's not B. So it's this thing here and this whole thing here. That's not B. So plus 0, 0.5 minus. So what's not A? Also, what's not B? Right? So everything else here, it's not. Whatever that's inside here, whatever that's inside here, whatever that's inside here, that's outside here. It's not A or B, A and B. It's not A, it's not B. Whatever that's not inside here, it's not A and it's not B. So it's going to be 0, 0.2. So I have 0, 0.2. So my answer is going to be equal to 0, 0.7. 0, 0.7. That's my final answer.